That was excellent. Thank you so much.
Hey, you're quite welcome. You got a real good technique. You gotta come back and get your seaplane rating one of these days.
My first float lesson confirmed all reports that it's awesome. Sun and Fun 2016 was a great time. I shared the adventure with Chris and Deon, who were key to getting coverage for this production. Chris runs Aviator cast, and Deon's photography is amazing. Lakeland, Florida is a beautiful place for an aviation convention. Appearing on the Sun and Fun radio show with Jason Miller was amazing. He runs Aviation's oldest podcast. I also met the legendary Sean Tucker. Enough said. The tables turned when I was humbled by how many people wanted to meet me. I love being the relatable weekend warrior private pilot, and it kind of blew my mind when Benjamin gave me my first fan art at the Bose booth appearance. After the Sun and Fun dust settled, we found ourselves at Jack Brown's seaplane base. This place is pretty well known, and they've got a zillion stickers on the door. So of course I couldn't resist adding mine to the collection. Due to weight and balance limitations, the J3 must be soloed from the rear seat. So for this lesson I was flying from back there. But I had an advantage having recently done some backseat training.
Yeah, this is really freaking weird. Oh my god, welcome to my world.
After getting my tailwheel endorsement in the Super Cub, I wanted to see what it was like to fly from the back seat like the instructors do. But in the Stearman, the pilot in command flies from the back seat.
But the other nice thing is you get a much stronger sense of the yawing when you're in the back.
Yeah, I'm already noticing that, yeah.
So having nothing but peripheral vision to work with on this first float lesson wasn't entirely new to me, and flying with Lou was a lot of fun.
It'll be my first float, yes sir. 0 float time.
Okay, all right.
I have to admit I was slightly alarmed by how much water was being pumped out of those floats.
Floats are, how'd you say that?
1,000 holes plugged with rivets. So they're all gonna be on takeoff. Number one, you always start with the stick full back.
Rudders are up and stick is full back. We always start with full back stick. On the water, to find where the wind is, we just simply let the thing weather vane. It's just the world's biggest weather vane. It just goes right into the wind.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just stay on with me.
Yep.
Okay, and you keep it going straight with your feet, just like a land airplane.
At full throttle, and the nose is gonna come up. We call it the first rise. Almost instantly, within a couple seconds, it's up.
Okay, there's that first rise.
Just about 3 seconds perfect every time. It will get a less pronounced second rise. That's when it's trying to get up on the step.
There's the second one, and we just simply release the stick.
Okay, wow.
At which time, release all of the back pressure. Just literally guard the stick. Let the nose come down onto the step.
Yep, minimum drag.
When it comes down, then you're going to need back pressure to lock it so it doesn't start bobbing. And then you just hold that until it lifts off, and that's also the climb attitude.
You can go ahead and take the controls there, Steve.
I got it.
Do you have the control?
I have control.
All right, just keep coming. We're going to go up these chain of lakes right here off to our left, 11 o'clock.
Beautiful.
It's kicking the butt, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This is the best view in the world. Look at that, best seat in the house. So, a couple, and you already feel you're doing pretty good. Remember the adverse yaw. So,
Yep.
anytime we move the stick, we have to move rudder with it. But you're doing good. But I noticed when you did any inputs with the aileron, I can feel the rudders moving. So that's a good thing.
Cool.
We're just going to go up to the next lake because there's fewer people up there, so we don't make any noise.
Gotcha.
And even while we're going out there, let me just show you. Stay on the controls with me. Just a couple of coordination exercises, and so much as just rock it to the right, rock it to the left. Notice how it feels comfortable in the seat?
Yep.
And you're noticing the rudders are moving.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead and try some of that yourself. To the right, reverse. Yeah, all right, good, straight. Be surprised how many people can't do that.
I practice it when I get into different airplanes.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's what you need, just to get a feel for what's needed.
Yep.
And when we approach a lake, we're going to go to the far one. We have a checklist called a Wilnot, W-L-N-O-T. So W is for where's the wind coming from. You notice the glassy band on the far side, where there's no waves way over there.
Yep.
Back there, you see it?
Yep.
So the glassy band is always on the windward side. So we always land into the wind. And then another W is for water depth. We've got plenty here. It's not a problem. L is, instead of calling it a runway, we denote our lane. Our landing lane is going to be right across the middle, this side, this half, where it's the longest.
Okay.
Then the N is for noise abatement. We're going to try and avoid all the houses that we can. O is for any obstructions on our landing lane, which there's no boats out today, thank goodness. And T is for terrain. This is Florida, there is none. Towers, there are usually cell phone towers. We've got to keep our eyes open. And the other is traffic. It's not unusual to see all 3 or 4 Cubs here at one spot. Okay, I have the controls. Stay on with me.
Okay.
We would normally be in a downwind, which we are going to forego here. We want to aim about 200 feet offshore. That's going to be our aim point. When we would be a beam of it on the downwind, we'll put carb heat on, which I have already. And then drying out a little bit, we want to be on a base sort of close enough. If we lose the engine, we can make the water. Just something so we don't have a real big wide pattern.
Right.
So roughly about 2,000 RPM, but it's really, everything is just approximate. Okay, so the wind is back here off our right a little bit, so we're going to have to turn into the wind. Remember now, I'm aiming for about 200 feet offshore. We don't want to put it right on the shore.
I feel like we're high.
No, watch what happens here when you come to idle with this thing. Don't
Okay.
forget we got those big floats out there.
Right.
This is the pitch picture you need on the way down.
Wow, I feel like we're diving at it.
Yeah, okay, now right here at about 20, gently just stop the descent, so we stop at about 10. Now watch, just hold that. It starts going down. As it's sinking, we just control the sink into the water. Control it into the water, and just keep coming back with the stick.
All the way back.
Yep.
Beautiful. Wow, that's a short landing.
Yeah, stopping is no problem. The takeoff is the problem on water. Okay, go ahead, take the stick.
We're just going to take off?
Yep.
Okay, so...
Okay, now, when you bring the nose up, you're going to lose sight of the shore, or in front of you, but you still have all of this, so go straight with your feet.
Here we go.
Okay, full throttle. All the way up. Okay, there's the first one. There's the second. Release the pressure. Let it come down. Go straight. Okay, now pull the nose up 1 inch. Right there. Hold it right there. Don't do anything. Just beautiful. One for Steve. All right. Very nice.
Thank you.
Just take it out to 300 feet so we have a nice long downwind.
Right. That's
Very nice. Are you a private or commercial?
private.
Oh, so you're doing it super good.
Thank you. I fly a lot of different types.
Okay, you can start your crosswind turn, but just keep her going up to 500. More bank. You need quite a bit of bank in this to make it happen. There.
Okay, I just don't want to be aggressive.
Yeah, no problem. When you get to 90, I'll stop you. How's that? Okay, roll out. Second. Looks clear. Roll back in. Go to a downwind. Attaboy. Don't worry about it. Okay, throttle. Yep, way back to 23.
I can't see it, but I'm listening.
Yep, but don't be afraid to tell me to move my arm. There's no place for me to hang in over there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can see some wind streaks on the water. They're almost out of the southwest here, so a little turn to the right. We want to have a nice downwind leg. On final, we just fly a pitch picture. Don't worry about the speed.
Gotcha. Yes. I don't think I used to that because that was quite a dive.
Yep, don't forget, look at all that drag you got out there. All right, so that's about 200 feet offshore there.
Oh, sorry.
Carb heat. Okay, start your turn. Reduce the throttle to about 2,000 just for starters.
Okay.
Doing good. When we roll into the wind, keep the bank coming. That wind is blowing us away. We're only going 60, so that's good. Roll out a second. That looks good. Okay, start turning all the way to the far corner there. Leave the throttle in yet.
Leave it in. Wow.
Yeah, a little bit. Keep the nose in. We don't want to spike it. Okay, that's good. Straight ahead. Throttle to idle. We'll keep the nose where it is. Lower the nose a little more. Right there. Now just drive it right at the water. Look right at the water.
Yep.
Okay, start leveling off now. Very gently. Keep coming now. Get it stopped. We don't want to hit the water. Pull back a little more. Stop the descent. Okay, now when it settles, start coming back. Pull back, pull back, pull back. Gently, but keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling all the way. Don't think you're going to put everyone on like that, Steve. That was very nice. All right, stop the descent. Absolutely stop it.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I was worried about ballooning.
Yeah, and well, that's but we got to stop. The whole idea is I don't want you down around 4 feet still pointing at the water.
Gotcha.
So that's why the 10, if it comes out 8, 6, that's all right, but I don't want it close with that nose pointing down.
Okay.
But you did good. I didn't have to touch it, but I was guarding.
You were talking me through.
You're done good. All right, so
here we go.
ready. Let her rip.
Carbeat.
It's off. Okay, that's the first rise. There's the second. Right there, hold the nose there. 1 inch higher. Right there. Very nice.
The landings, the critical part of a float plane is we can't come down and miss. If we spike the floats, it's going to be all over. So the trick here, which we teach, is to level off at 10 feet, stop the descent. In order to stop the descent, the floats are now, they're set, they can go into the water as long as we don't get the nose any lower.
When it settles, then just gently let it settle.
So the trick is just to stop the descent. We're in idle, so it's going to slow down. It's going to come down again.
Let it settle. Let it settle. Coming back.
Oh, I dropped that one off.
No, that wasn't hard. That was nothing. You haven't seen hard.
You were doing as it's coming down, we just slide it onto the water. And then very critical, don't let the stick go, which you didn't. And that's it.
Line it up with those straight lines. Okay, roll out, but keep the nose down. Keep it down. Okay, now start flaring, stop the descent. Okay, now hold that. Just hold it. Start cushioning. Cushion.
I still didn't do enough of a flare though. I really wanted to.
If it's higher, it's no big deal. We just wait till it comes down.
Yep.
But the thread is on the low side. Let me show you another procedure if you want. The way we land, if it's really no wind, or we refer to it as glassy water.
Yep.
Keep the turn coming, we'll talk about it. There's no way you can tell what your height is if it's perfectly smooth. Just go straight out now. If it's perfectly smooth, it's sort of like landing at night without a landing light and no runway lights. It's down there somewhere, but you don't know where.
Right.
So what we do is we actually set ourselves up over something on land, some kind of a visual reference, and we literally just fly the airplane. I'm going to take controls here. I have the controls?
You have the controls.
Okay. We fly the airplane down to what we call last visual reference. We set it up for slow flight, and we just literally fly it till it touches the water. Now today, since it's windy, you can see the water, but just pretend you don't see it.
Right.
We're going to use that peninsula there. We're going to come in over those trees, put her down, and then level off, and then just we call it the 3 Ps, where we set our pitch, we set our power, and then we just set patience. Just light up a cigarette and wait till you hit the water.
Yeah, I thought one of them was going to be prey. That's a 4 P.
Okay, I'll remember to throw that in now. Okay, so we have to, if it were a glassy day, it wouldn't matter where we do, but today for practice we have to land into the wind.
Yep.
So we literally have to get down here, so we aim short. Our last visual reference is the land out there, so we're going to get down here. Okay, now we're going to set our pitch for slow flight, which is right there. We're going to set our power, which is about 1800 RPM. And just look at the far shore. Just pretend you don't see the water.
Oh, that is so weird.
And but this is really the only way you can do it, because you don't know how high you are above the water. You just literally fly. And on a really glassy day, you won't even know you're on the water until you see the water squirting out.
Wow, yeah. That's it. Then stick back.
And then stick back for the brakes. That's the old glassy water landing.
Beautiful.
Lou gave me tons of great wisdom on this quick intro lesson, but I definitely want to reiterate, this just barely touches on float flying. This is just the beginning.
So I haven't looked at my airspeed once because I can't see it.
No, it doesn't matter anyway. You just do everything with pitch. That's good right that way. We're going to do another splash and go on this lake right here, but just keep going the way you're going right now. You can come back to about 2,000 RPM and just straight ahead, but just start going down.
Okay, so we're on a base leg now?
Exactly, we're on the left base.
Gotcha.
Take it over for a nice long lane into the wind.
Okay. So the wind is kind of perpendicular.
Yeah, we're just about parallel with the wing. Yeah, you'll see it when you start turning in. You can start your turn in even. You can start seeing the streaks.
Got it. Power back?
Yep, well, yeah, okay. Bring it back. It'll work. We'll be a little closer, but that's all right.
Closer to the shore?
Yeah, it won't hurt. It doesn't hurt.
Okay, you need to lined up. That's about lined up there?
Yep,
Okay, power's back to idle.
Okay.
I'm diving. I'm still diving. And I'm going to break it now. That's a bit aggressive. Is that how you want it?
That's all right. It's done. Doesn't matter. Ooh, nice. Throttle. Just keep the nose right where it was. Full throttle.
Here we go.
This should be a good shot right there. Carb on and throttle reduction. Probably just make a 180 right on to the lane again.
This really felt like doing power off approaches in the Stearman. Definitely check the description for links to previous videos about this stuff.
Or a little bit lower.
Yeah, just keep her turning. It'll work. Throttle to idle though. Okay, straight ahead. And now just start leveling nice and gently, but stop it. Okay, that's good. Now look way out there and nurse it on.
Yep, looking way out there.
Full throttle. Nose up, right there. You're getting into a pro there, Stevie. Very good.
Thank you. That's pretty awesome. You can just land wherever the heck you want.
Oh yeah, it's very addictive.
And for the final landing, we had to apply all the lessons because the lake back home wasn't quite as long, so we really have to hit the mark on this one.
To the right, okay, and start coming around, lowering the nose.
Power to back to idle?
Right now, yep. Notice it comes down like a rock. Now don't aim a little higher. Don't scare anybody down there. A little higher, right about there. Okay.
And then once I get over this, I'll dive?
Yeah, now you can lower it a little more. Yep. Right there. That's good. It's gonna work out good. Don't forget to level off.
Yeah. So we're gonna break it now.
Yep. Level it. Hold it, and then work it down. Just look way out there and just let it slide on. Ooh, Stevie. Okay, I have the controls.
You have the controls. Oh, that was awesome.
It's a workout, huh?
Yeah.
Very well done.
You want the water rudders down?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm unhooking this thingy?
Yep, and just put the thingy on the floor.
Got it.
I'm not sure if that's in the pilot's controller glossary thingy, but
The thingy.
it works. Very well done, young man. Good control.
So that was tons of fun, and thanks so much to the supporters on Patreon for helping make these productions possible. And the sponsors are giving away all this awesome stuff each month. The winner from last month won all this stuff plus the debrief kit provided by Cloud Ahoy. This month, the featured prize is a Bose A20 headset. Visit flightchops.com to win, and keep your flight chops sharp.
Fine job, very fine job. Good stick and rudder man too, my compliments.
All right, thanks. I think my Stearman training helped me with that.
Definitely.
Awesome.
And I think you said something about a patch for me.
Oh yes.
So you're trying to get away with it, huh?
My first float lessons, so I definitely want to give you one of those.
Flight chops. Thank you, it's appreciated. You're doing a real good job. All right,
thanks very much.
You bet.